What's going on, guys? Welcome to the channel. We are in the garage again. It's dark outside. It's always dark. It's just always dark. Okay, but we are working on the victory that defeated us last time. I think we're gonna beat it today, though. I think we got a plan here to get the clutch pulled on this. If you didn't watch our previous video, we didn't want to buy a clutch puller because they're $100, and that is just too much money to spend on a bike like this. Okay, that's just more of a joke. But we didn't want to buy one. We wanted to make our own in the garage. We tried it the other day and we failed. It just didn't work out. But we got some parts to make one that we think might work. So we're actually going to pop in the house right here. I'm going to show you what we're working on and what we're going to do to get this clutch pulled. And hopefully we're going to take this thing for a drive tonight. So in the house here, we got everything that we are going to use to do this clutch pulling job. We still, obviously, like I said, did not get a clutch puller. We have pink Himalayan salt. Okay, that's actually not used for this particular job, but if you're cooking in the kitchen, that's actually delicious. But for a clutch job, not as great. So since Lance picked everything up, I'm going to let him explain what we're doing here.
All right. This is our at-home clutch puller kit. This is going to be the ring that actually compresses the clutch. This bolt will go through the center carriage of the actual clutch assembly by being held in with a few washers. So probably this washer here, I'm thinking. Okay?
Okay.
Then it'll go through like so.
All right.
Crossbar. You could use anything you have that might do that, but I'm using this and a big washer to displace more of the area so I don't bend the whole middle in.
Okay.
Okay? And then I got a few other washers just to reduce the size down so it comes in. Then a nut will go on here to be used to tighten it down. And another two are going to be actually locked into each other that I can use to keep the bolt from turning.
All right.
So I'll actually lock it in place.
Then we also got new mirrors. Got ones that finally fit. We've had a little bit of trouble. I haven't talked about that too much, but we've had some trouble finding mirrors that actually are like work right for the bike. License plate cover still here. Nothing real new with that. All right, let's just get into it.
All right, this is the centerpiece we're going to remove. Just want to finesse that out of there a little bit. There you go, like so.
Nice.
Okay. And we can just let that lay here. We won't come back to the garage with it. We're going to take this inside.
All right.
This next step is going to be removing this center shaft. Okay. If you look right here, there's a little snap ring there. See if you can see that okay?
Yep.
Okay, so we get it in there. You see it? And we'll separate it and remove that snap ring. And that will actually let the middle come out.
Okay.
All right, that frees up a full center that we can pull. Then this will go through here. And the way it'll seat itself is I have that nice washer around the carriage bolt on the back side.
Okay.
Okay? So right there. All right? Then we're going to go put this back in with the bigger snap ring and all these items. And we have ourselves possibly
a clutch pulled.
You want to grab that?
Yep.
So then we should be able to lay this right back in where it was. Should go right in that slot and seat in there nicely.
Yep.
I might want to try to fall on me. And this can lay in here. Should be able to grab that. Get it to fit in here. And release. Okay. So now that is locked in there and can actually compress the system. All right. The next step is the collar, which is a piece of PVC, like so. And then the next part is to lay this over top of it to just place it. You want to try to center this up as best as possible. I'm just kind of eyeballing it there and calling that about a center, I think. Okay. All right. And then you can tighten this up just a snug little bit here, but then the bolt will start turning. So you have to figure out a way to get it to stop turning. And I came up with the idea of just two nuts
and holding the top
locked into each other. We'll probably do that. Nothing too fancy here. I'm just going to tighten them on each other a little bit. And that will probably keep it from turning then. And then this should start to compress that. about it there. I got a lot of free motion, free
Yeah.
movement, and that should give us a space down in there to get on that big snap ring.
Yep, that guy right down there.
Okay. Now, let's see.
That's going to be tight.
Yeah, I tried to put it in a place where I could reach it. Thought this was the best, but maybe it's not. We'll see.
So instead of actually just using the snap ring pliers, we moved over to just using a pick and just lifting this snap ring out. Seems to be kind of the way to do it instead. All right, we're going to fast forward to where this thing's out. And literally, as I said that, it just popped out and it's ready to go now.
Want to see it?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's in there.
Too bad.
That's okay. It's
No,
all right.
hold on. I got a hold of it. It's going to happen.
Woo! There we go.
There it is.
Really wasn't that bad.
It wasn't that terrible. I just thought that these would
Go in there better, but they just didn't.
grip in here a little better than... There really isn't much of an edge for them to catch.
No, it's like half rounded almost, it looks like.
But it will work. It's
not
close.
fun.
Okay.
So this whole thing should come out now, right?
Yeah. Now, one of the things I saw in videos on YouTube that people had was that you don't want to just yank it out because pieces will go flying everywhere.
Oh, damn.
You want to kind of just shake it lightly a little bit to make sure nothing comes with it.
Okay.
And it looks like we're good.
All right.
Looks like nothing came with it. And then they claim this just needs to be removed one piece at a time. And I'm going to, just so we don't lose track of it, I'm going to just lay them down.
That's how you should do it.
Like so. After each one. So we can recheck anything if we need to later on. So it should go clutch plate and then a metal friction plate. Then another clutch plate. I'll let you guess what the next one is. Clutch plate.
I truly had forgotten what you had said last. I wasn't really looking that closely.
The next one, the
Friction
metal
plate?
plate. Yep.
Imagine that. How those clutches looking in there.
You know, honestly, pretty worn, I think. Doesn't look great. Actually, there's a piece of the clutch, I believe, stuck to that.
Oh yeah, I see it.
That's like
Yep, that's clutch material.
actual fiber.
So we got the whole clutch assembly pretty much out finally. There's what it looks like without everything in there. Our new one, if you didn't see the last video, we got it soaking in oil over here, right in there. And we're pretty much ready, I think, to start going back together. Okay, so as you can see, we are here. We're watching actually a YouTube video of how to do this, so that's kind of a video section right here. One of the things we just learned, and he's setting them out here, the actual plates here, the metal plates, they have a sharp edge or a sharper edge, and it's really tough to tell. Like, it's not obvious, but they have a sharp edge, and on those it goes up towards you, and then the friction plates with all the, the actual clutch ones, they have a sharp edge that goes down away from you. Didn't know that. Glad we watched the video. And it's really tough to tell. It's not an obvious thing. You really got to feel the edge and think about it to know that you're doing it the right way. And well, we're actually not 100% sure. You could tell a little bit easier on these stock clutches, but these new ones are just a little bit tougher. Now, one thing is, we are pretty confident that this clutch was the problem and bad, because all of these guys are really showing some wear. There's a lot of clutch material. These ones here you can see are pretty worn down. I don't know how it's coming up on video, but definitely should be improved on the new clutch back here. One that's here that's just flat that goes in first, and then a concave dished one, judder spring. Is that right?
Judder, yeah, something like
Judder spring, yeah. Okay.
And this was laying like this, right? Like this. So
yeah,
it
that
goes
one
in like this.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
So that guy should go in first. And I think that one's flat anyways. That one shouldn't matter. The only one that should matter is that
This one here.
And the dish goes towards you, like a
Like
bowl.
you're looking down into a bowl.
Yes, correct.
And that said that in the videos, or you just remember that? From
That's what
looking
he
down?
said.
Okay.
And that's how it came out too.
Right. And the sharp edge goes away on this.
The sharp edge goes away from you, yes.
So it goes right in there. And then we start building them up. It's just like this. It'll go metal spring or metal plate. friction plate.
And we'll know if we did it right or wrong.
Yeah, a couple minutes, yeah. One thing that some folks on some forums said about that I actually think they have a point. Everybody that does this recommends soaking things overnight. I did do that because that's kind of what the recommendation was. But somebody said, these things don't absorb oil. If they absorbed oil, they'd swell up and they'd fail. So they said that dusting them a few minutes before you put it on just to keep lubrication between the layers would be plenty good. You don't actually just soak them, because the idea behind soaking is that you're trying to let them absorb the oil, and they don't need to absorb oil. That's not what they are even capable of doing. So basically you just need assembly lube, essentially.
Okay.
So I just did it because everybody does it, but according to one person, they made some logical sense there. So
we'll find out in the comments down below. I'm 100% certain.
Yeah. Somebody don't know.
Somebody, I guarantee somebody.
I can tell you whoever was on this forum thought they knew too. So,
yeah, I guarantee somebody's gonna know.
All right, well there it is.
All right,
installed as such. So.
Guess we just got to go put everything back together now, right? And we get to use our awesome clutch puller again. Total cost $3.99 from your local Lowe's.
You're busted on me kind of hard about that.
But it actually worked.
But it actually freaking worked. So,
yeah.
There's that.
All right.
All right, we're going to see if we can get this line back up as we release it.
I need to hold. What are we trying to line up?
That center ring that just kind of lays down there needs to come up around the trim ring. You'll see in a sec what I'm talking about as it releases. Yeah, there it comes. I just want to make sure it went in the center of that piece. It did that. We're good. All right. Should we get this fully released there?
Pretty much it.
Then you got to take a whole pile of nuts off.
This is not great video. Uh-oh.
Where'd that go? Doesn't matter, it went down some oil passage there. Okay. First things first, just remove the rest without dropping any more. Okay. Let's get the other two nuts out of here.
We got a serious problem.
Okay. Just get the other two nuts out of here.
You're going to need a magnet.
We have a magnet.
You're going to need a lot of magnets. You're going to need the magnet that'll take it apart.
I swear I'm not going to let you work on anything of mine ever again.
That's fair. It's the first thing I've worked on tonight. Guys, I dropped the nut down in there.
Can I look at the camera when you say that?
I dropped the nut. It's down in there. I don't really want to look at the camera because
a little embarrassed.
I'm a lot.
I'll tell you what. While I fish this thing out, maybe.
I'll camera it.
In this hole?
Yeah, I think that's where it went. Oh, please tell me. Come on out, baby. Hey, I definitely dropped it in that hole. Come on out. Whew! Alright. Thank goodness.
So that's all in there.
Gasket and cover, right?
Gasket and cover pretty much.
And
the only thing I do need to do is this clutch lever here.
Yeah.
It needs to be, I kind of press this on here tightly. I need to pound it back out so I can put this piece in.
Okay.
So I don't.
Why does it look like you welded a broken?
I didn't.
Clutch.
No.
It looks. You said you got a new one, but that looks like someone welded that.
It's just
after it was broken. New gaskets. New gaskets are satisfying, unless you rip them, in which case, not
less
great.
Satisfying.
All right. We got the cover sitting right here.
They recommend.
It's so cold. That cover is so cold.
To not bust your hand on this, so we're gonna try it.
Yeah, we mentioned it before in the other video, but this is magnetized, and that's a huge chunk of metal. And not like a little bit of magnetized. This is not your magnet from your fridge. Like it'll get you.
All right, so I think it's all in here. I put the shifter ratchet back in.
Does that wire just clip in like it did there on the end?
This one here?
Yeah.
Yeah, it just goes to that little rubber
grommet
that's on it. Yep.
All right.
Just got a little bit of dog here and here, but I am not so certain that won't be like melted and
it'll be gone
as soon as. Okay, so we will see here.
I don't know if I'd want to do it with the bolts in it.
Yeah.
Just like sliding them across the
Yeah, I see what you're
gasket.
saying.
Well, that actually might work. Might be in. With all these bolts tightened down to specs, we're ready to put on the Freedom V-twin cover, which adds approximately 3 horsepower for a motorcycle. Today we are putting this thing up triumphantly. Unlike the other day where we had to lift it up in complete defeat.
Alright, let's hold it right there for a sec.
Right there.
Alright, so let me see here. So I'm gonna be able to get my foot under. I also want to be able to kick down the 1.
That's about right
Out there, yeah, you want to see how close the slide door there? Let me lock my foot back under that. About there.
About there? Alright. Good stuff. Let me just get something to just...
Get a little tap with the hammer.
Yeah.
There, maybe.
Nice. Yep.
Flush.
That's pretty much it, yep. Look at all that. The lifeblood going into there. We are going to change the oil shortly after running this, which we're going to have to run it in November during probably the coldest days so far of the year. It's like rainy and icy outside. As long as it moves, I think we're actually going to maybe go for a little drive. Maybe, I don't know. You're gonna want. It is icy, truly. Like not. This is not a joke for the video. It snowed today, and it's below freezing outside right now. Moment of truth time. Ready to fire her up. Yeah, I think maybe just a tick.
But that's it, man.
Beautiful. So we are going to call that it here for tonight. The only things left we got to do is the headlight and turn signals on the back. Maybe just a little bit more touch up with plate mirrors. Yeah. And so we're just going to fast forward. I'm going to keep it in the same video here. And we're going to just fast forward a day until we're doing that. Just like that, I'm in the same clothes, but it's a new day. I just don't do laundry. Maybe I do. I don't know. He's also got a TLR hoodie on now. You can get these. Link down below.
Go to the website.
Down below.
Promo code.
No, there's no promo codes. You got to pay full price.
You got to pay full price.
Let's just finish this bike up. And so Lance is popping on these mirrors. We tried a bunch of different ones. None of them really worked. Is that upside down? This seems like this needs to go out further. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which way does it spin? Okay, I felt like I was going to break it going the other direction. So there we go. They're, actually, I don't hate those. I like them better than these factory ones, honestly. These ones are not even a mirror. The fact that these count as a mirror is ridiculous. So off camera, some things have happened. We got the headlight in. Look at this thing. It is looking beautiful, like a new headlight. I don't know how I feel about the chrome on top. I think I'd rather that be red, but that's a personal preference type of thing. We did do a little bit more touch up on the flame here. That's nail polish, and it doesn't quite match, but it's better than the scratch that was there. You can only notice it, especially in certain light here, and I actually have my light on the camera, so that's really highlighting it. Once it's a little bit off of it, you can't tell too bad. We need to put on our new turn signals on the rear. That's about it. All right, jump forward. I know we were just in the garage finishing this guy up, but we are done now. I know we didn't catch all of the final detail stuff here. I'm going to go over that right now. But our 07 Victory Vegas Jackpot is done. As you can see here, she is shining pretty in the sun, and great to have it out of the garage and not be working on it at night. We got our new turn signal lights on the back here. They're both wired up, work good. We got our license plate bracket, everything. Not sure if you saw that. Lance is just shining up everything right there, getting a little bit of, is that some goof off?
Yeah.
Yeah. A little bit of sticker residue from the auction on there. He's taking off. Headlight, all of this assembly, everything is good. Starts up with no problems, no issues. We do have, it's not perfect. We just touched up the paint and fixed up this dent here a little bit on the tank. You can see it's not a perfect match or anything like that, but still not too bad. I think on the front fender we have a small little bit of stuff at the front edge that came out actually quite good, but it's not 100%. And then on the rear fender here, we didn't really do anything. We just decided to kind of leave it. So the next owner's going to have to work on that little bit of a dimple right there and a little bit of the scuff paint. We might be able to get some of that out. And that's really about it. I mean, there's some scratches down maybe low down here that could be seen if you really wanted to look, but they're not. It's nothing too bad. Bike runs, everything works like 100% on it. So I know you guys like to hear prices, and after everything on this, this bike was purchased for $1,400. That's after fees, everything at Copart, all in. Had about $450 in parts, paint, clutch, everything. The only thing left to be spent on it is we're going to take it up to be re-inspected. You have to have an enhanced inspection in Pennsylvania. That'll cost probably $100, $150. It should pass no problem. There's nothing that we can find. It's not a terrible process, but it does cost a little bit of money. So we will be all in for probably another $600, which leaves us at $2,000 for this 07 Victory Vegas, which is, I think, a pretty solid deal. We're at the wrong time of the year, being December in Pennsylvania and like Christmas time. So we got a long ways till we get to summer, or spring, or any time you'd really want to ride it. But still a solid deal, and we don't mind looking at it in the garage for the time being. All right, man, you gonna fire her up and take her for a ride?
No,
nice goofy shirt.
Yeah, no.
I like it.
It's my riding gear.
Yeah. It's our club. It's
the Goofy Club.
The Disney Bandits.
Hardcore bikers.
Yeah, we got patches and everything.
Yeah, we do our rallies at
My
Disney
wife
World.
sewed our patches on our jackets. And and we neither of us have a motorcycle license or even permits. So we got to work on that a little bit.
I thought maybe you want to take it. I'll videotape you.
All right, I'll go for a ride. I'm going to lay it over.
Probably doesn't fit quite right.
Nah, it's a little loose. Your head's bigger than mine.
We'll see if it starts.
It's cold. It's like straight up cold.
Not right now.
I think once I start moving.
Oh, it's gonna be bad.
Yeah.
But it's like 50 right now.
I know. All right, let's see here.
You want to choke it a little bit?
Yeah.
Pull that guy back. Yep. Well, besides being cold, what do you think?
It's so cold.
But besides being cold.
The ice at the top of the driveway, snow stuff wasn't super fun.
Okay.
It runs good. It's just very, very cold. So that's it for us, guys. The Victory is done. Put this rebuild in the books. One of my favorites so far. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share. Have a great day.